Hey guys, thanks for watching. Today I'm going to show you how to build one of these bumper cover stands at home so you can lay down a really nice paint job in these bumpers. Okay, they're off the ground, very easy to access on those tight places. Let me show you how I build one. So right here will be the tools that I'm going to be using. A drill, a sander with 80 grit, and some of these L-shaped keys. Also going to want to need one of these guys, a screwdriver, and this is a substitute if you don't have this one. Okay, this one is a lot better to work with. I rather recommend this one than this one. This one, you know, you have to whatever, and of course something to mark on. You'll be needing some washers, and of course you need this size of screws. These are machine screws. Let me show you that size. Okay, great. And also those screws have to fit the L-shaped holes, which is these. So first let's get these 3 pieces of wood here. Now I have this as my spare wood that I have in the back. These are 6 inches tall, okay? I'm sorry, 6 feet tall. 6 inches. No, they're 6 feet tall. So here I laid out the wood that I'm going to use to cut. First I'm going to cut the bottom, and I'm going to use this piece of wood right here to draw the line, and I actually already drew the line right there. As you can see, if I remove this one, okay, you'll see that I already drew the line, so I can cut from there to there. You see these 2 tops? These 2 are the same. If they're not, it doesn't matter. Then after that, I'm going to drill one hole right here, and I'm going to use this one to, and then use this to clamp it. These 2, that way I know where that spot where I want this thing to be. That way it doesn't move. So I went ahead and cut it, as you'll see, and I put that bolt in there with the nut. Okay, and focus. And then I've used this clamp to hold it in place. So when I start putting these footsie little things, or the bottom, I know where they're going to go. So you want to use something to hold your piece here, your top piece. Okay, so essentially what you want to do is that these L shapes will go here. There's no screws on here yet. And this piece was one of the 6 foot or 6 feet piece of wood. I just cut it into 3 feet instead. So you have this one on this side, and then you have the other one on the other side. And of course this is holding it. Okay, so let me go ahead and bend these until this one becomes perfect, flush, and then this one becomes perfect. Put in the holes, drill in the holes, and then you'll see where I drilled then, or you'll see where exactly the hole should be. So I went ahead and drilled the hole and put in the screw with the nut. Of course you have to use one of these to get it in there. Okay, even though these things, the nut will go, the screw will go right through these things without any screwing, but you have to screw it to get to the wood a little bit. Okay, and then you put the nut and you secure it. That way this thing doesn't move too much. So I drilled a second hole without putting the nut. I just wanted to have these stable, that way I can drill the holes without these things moving and not cause any weird misalignment. Okay, and after all, here's a tip. You want to make sure you align everything. You center this, okay? That way there's no misalignment and no weirdness, no wobble. Okay, as you can see, this is the base. This is the way it was. I flipped it over and you put in the screws. I made the holes a little bigger so you can just push these in. Okay, the base is in. Okay, I put the nuts in there on both sides. Now you can put an extra one if you like, but this is fine for my use. Don't forget to put your washers on this side. Okay, now let's do the other side. Now that we have both of the bases screwed in, bolted in, now it's time to make this one work the way it's supposed to. Right now this thing works like this. As you can see, there's nothing stopping it. It collapses, which is a really cool feature on this thing because you can actually store it once you're done with it, right? And you can put it away. But here's the problem, is that when you put this thing, you want to make sure that this thing doesn't keep going all the way down, right? But now we're going to go ahead and drill a hole right there to stop it from going further down. Okay, before you start drilling, make sure you use a clamp, okay? Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and use one of these. And that's the whole point, is to lock it in place. You don't really need this anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and remove it. There you go. Now that's not gonna go any further down than that. One last thing, right here, this is pretty pointy, right? So let's go ahead and shave these off with the 80 grit sandpaper using the machine. Make sure you have eye protection and the rest, and something, that way you don't breathe the dust when you start drilling. Okay, so there it is. I sanded that area in both places. This one is ready to go. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy this video on how to make your own stand.